Fake dropping as Brady wants to throw long. Throws it deep downfield. Got a wide open. It's caught ball. Juggled and incomplete. Mike Evans frustrated. He had it at his fingertips. It would have been a touchdown. Yeah. Nobody near him. The defensive back fell down.
Walker the snap. Fires downfield. Tommy Tremble's open. Makes the catch. Touchdown. Panthers.
To work hard. Have to have discipline, commitment, not only physical toughness. These are all character traits. And we have a lot of great guys in the locker room. So we're going to go in tomorrow morning. We've got a short week. We've got to work hard to try to fix it.
First and 10 at the 37. RPO again. Heineke going to take a shot towards McLaurin. Near sideline. It's caught! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington!
You know, I talked about simplification last week. I don't really know where to go when it comes to that. There has to be, something inside that has an accountability for performance, where we're just having way too many detailed mistakes. It's just not winning football.
Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media.
Welcome, everybody. It's Corey Nando and Friends here on Bettor Sports Network, brought to you by Mayo Media Network. On today's show, we got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
We're going to be giving away a jersey, first of all, carrying on your Corey versus Justin. By the way, shout out to Justin and Jen for filling in for me so I can go cleanse sin for my children.
No doubt. Welcome back. I doubt they've done much sinning yet, but
well,
you know what I'm saying? For sins, future sins. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, dude, Bryce Harper. Well, I mean, look, it's football, right? Football. But what I really want to talk about at some point in the show today is Bryce Harper.
Magic moment last night.
But his card value. I'm so confused by how you can still get a Bryce Harper Bowman First Chrome for $14 in good condition. So I don't get into that. I want to hear your opinion. I asked a couple people, they didn't know. I got some Nicole Hardman to talk about, Daniel Jones, Chase Edmonds, Antonio Gibson. I got a question for you that I think might be fun. What if the Broncos had hired Brian Dable? What would that team look like right now?
Interesting.
I got a Honey Nut Cheerios story I want to talk about. I kind of want to get into – I don't want to get too deep into our group texts, but something was said in our group text yesterday about how big plays shouldn't count. And I'm paraphrasing, and I'm using it more as fodder for the show, but
yeah, I
do want to get into how they should a little bit. I got something on the rundown here that I just scribbled together before here called NBA stuff, ? Which
okay.
We'll let you handle that one, and I'll play the role of the naive again. Monday Night Football and World Series lines, which I think we can get into more. We can bring in John Legueza or Joe Sheehan.
Yeah, he's good for that. One of those two dudes would be good for that.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. Series. You're right. It's World Series. Time to celebrate. Shout out to the Philadelphia Phillies.
How about that?
For punching their ticket. Dramatic scene at Citizens Bank, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you asking if that's the name of the park or if they did it?
No, it's PNC. PNC. Right. Yeah, wherever they play at. Dramatic
in Philadelphia. In the city of Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, Citizens Bank Park. Yeah. Dramatic scene right there. You know what I'm saying? Harper with a career bookend moment. So that was good to see. Big Sunday of NFL football yesterday. Exciting stuff. Good to see. A changing of the guard almost taking place in the NFL, where we've definitely seen the NFC has been flipped upside down now.
Yeah.
And I think we'll continue to see that for the rest of the season. So looking forward to it. Big night of NBA. We had some parlays. We had a solid sports weekend. Saturday could have gone a little bit better the early part of Saturday, but we got a big win from Louisiana State, SC State, that marched toward the Celebration Bowl in the rematch for Jackson State. That's going well. So I'm satisfied where we stand, Nando, going into the final week of October.
This is great. Hey, it's almost like, you know what? I think maybe tomorrow I'll hit up Party City in the morning and they'll give us a little decoration here.
Oh, that's cool. For Thanksgiving?
I feel like, for Thanksgiving or Halloween.
Oh, yes, the
one holiday at a time, man.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot about Halloween. I gotta get those packs of cards to give the kids to knock on the door.
I just bought another. So I gave them away. We had little goodie bags for the kids at the baptism this weekend.
Yeah,
and I threw the Pokemon cards in there because I got little nephews, nieces, 6, 5 years old, or whatever. They were going nuts. They were going nuts for them. And
really?
They opened them up, and actually they got a cool little Halloween Pokemon on the card.
Okay.
Oh man, I thought I had a pack. Do I have a pack? Yeah.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, so it's trick or trade, right?
Okay.
And like some of them are like Halloween. Hold on, I can open up real quick. I know this is, of course, it's the Monday after football, so let's open up a pack of Pokemon Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. This is what everybody wants to hear about.
They do, man. Look, there's still time that you can order these on eBay for like, I want to say like $25 a box. So they got these cool. They got like they're all logoed with these little orange things, which I assume are special Halloween things. And then some of them are like Halloween themed, like that's a ghost.
All right.
Like
And
Phantom.
how many packs come in the box? Because that can be Halloween right there by itself.
I think you get 40, but like you only get
That's
3
not bad.
cards. These are the 3 that we got in our pack.
Yeah, we don't need. I just want to give the kids something to open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like this
something
is
that's not going to cause diabetes.
there you go.
Yeah.
Hauntor. You know what I mean? Like I think they're I don't know if they're all Halloween themed or if they're actually. I don't know enough. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but
me neither.
Yeah,
I know they can't tear the ACL. That's all I do know. That
hey, I remember that. Yeah.
All
right, so you know what? Let's start with this. Because I got a question. Our friend Jim Sias, our buddy Jim Sias.
Yeah, I know Jim. I know Jim very well.
Yeah, he's the man. Bob, like I'm like get Dante Foreman last week, and he's like, well, this guy says get Chuba Hubbard. I'm like, Dante Foreman, man, is better. So I'm turning my lights on. I forgot to do that. So I think there's a question here, and I know the answer is probably try and get both, but Hubbard versus Foreman. And I get deeper into this. I'm like, well, all right, look, if they want to see what they have with Hubbard, before they maybe go try and get another running back or whatever, that makes sense. But it also makes sense, like they have an interim coach who's trying to win games and who just won a huge. I mean, it might not, in retrospect, be the hugest win ever because the team they're playing is turning out to be trash. But like, if you're Steve Wilkes, aren't you like, I'm going to win this game, and Dante Foreman gives me the best chance to win? Forget about the snap percentages that Hubbard had before. He went down with the ankle injury, whatever. At the end of the day, Dante Foreman put up a 100-yard game and put up like 7.4 yards per carry. I'm trying to win this game. That's it. Like
Foreman is the play. I think Foreman has more experience. I think he can give you what you want. Obviously, filling in for Derrick Henry in Tennessee last year, a big part of that. So I think Foreman is the guy. I think he has the more elaborate skill set. I think when Hubbard is healthy, he's going to get some work as well.
Yeah.
But I think Foreman is the play. Listen, you're still attaching yourself to one of the worst offenses in NFL history, maybe. But
Sam Darnold's coming back.
Offense is down. Oh, no, please. He said PJ Walker's going to be the starter.
Oh, all right, there you go.
Yeah.
Just in case PJ Walker falters, Sam Darnold's coming back.
But
that's what I'm talking about. You don't need to know what you have with PJ Walker.
Offense is down, right, across the league.
Yeah.
And bye weeks are here.
Yeah.
So the Panthers running back is just as good as Latavius Murray or Kenyon Drake or any of them other guys. You know what I'm saying?
I do think like Dante. Forget about the injury. Like Dante Foreman has done this before. He rattled off a bunch of 100-yard games last year.
Yeah.
What else it's the Cordell Patterson argument without the same coaching staff or whatever. What else does this guy have to do? Like you could run off 100-yard games. You're not Sean McVay, who's going to jerk around all the running backs over and over. Darrell Henderson, congratulations, 200-yard games in a row. Let's give you 8 carries against the Giants.
I just worry about they're not going to be in many positions to run the game to shut the door and really batter a defense, sit the O-line on them, batter a tired defense coming down the stretch of games.
Yeah.
That's not going to be there unless they play Tampa again.
Maybe they'll play Green Bay.
Unless they got the Packers on their schedule. You know what I'm saying? One of those terrible 2 teams right there. But until then, you're not really going to see that. So what you're going to rely on is checkdowns. And Foreman can catch. He can grab a check down, and he can give you 15 fantasy points and double-digit fantasy points a week. I'm satisfied with that. I'll be 2 flex as we proceed into the bye, as we go through the bye weeks.
Let's turn this around to Tampa Bay and Green Bay. What?
Uh-oh.
I read a quote somewhere, I don't know where, about how Mike Evans was saying like the team is just like listless, or like after he that pass was called back or he missed it or whatever. He was like, that just, man, like we just play without any life. Maybe we underrated like this Bruce Arians thing, or like Tom Brady coming back and messing everything up. And maybe Tom Brady just doesn't want to play, right? Like
you can't do nothing when the offensive line is this bad.
You can. The Giants did.
They stunk for years with a bad offensive line.
You're Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, even Russell Gage, Cameron Brate, sure, whatever. Leonard Fournette, who we talked about a couple of weeks ago, is like, remember his legendary like college running back. You can't. It's not like you're running with the Carolina offense and no offensive line. You're Tom Brady, and like
it's key
receivers,
positions,
man. Like
and key players, tackles, centers. The line is just collapsing on a 45-year-old man, and it's just blowing everything up. This is a team that was 2 for 12 on third down yesterday.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on. I forgot I left the dryer on. Wow.
2 for 12 for third
That's what
down.
that
This is
sound
a team that was 2 for 12 on third down yesterday. This is a team that had 4.9 yards per play, while their opponents, the listless Carolina Panthers, had 6.9 yards per play. This is the worst offense in the NFL right now. And you got to just tell the truth about it. Only team that can be worse is probably the Packers. At least with the Packers, you can kind of see their problem, right? It's coaching with their problem. With Tampa, it's looking like their problem could be talent because nothing is working well in Tampa. When the offensive line is crippling, it tears the whole offense down. And that's what you're seeing in Tampa. 2 for 12 on third down, 1 for 3 on fourth down, 66 plays yesterday, 4.9 yards a play. They ran the ball 16 times for 46 yards, 2.9 yards a rush. This team is bad, bro. This offense was terrible yesterday.
And it's like it doesn't have like, that first half and you're like, oh, Tampa Bay's losing, but whatever, like Tom Brady's second half.
Yeah.
He's going to do the Tom Brady, and he doesn't. Like, he doesn't do that anymore. There's no Tom Brady magic. Like, the Tom Brady magic is gone.
Well, the personnel is not right. You see, there is no Rob Gronkowski. Tom Brady wants to control the middle of the football field. That's where he does his work. Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski,
even Cole
Beasley, James White, Kevin Falk. All of those dudes control the middle of the football field. That's not there now. Make America great again. It's not cutting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the talent where he needs the talent at is not working out. You got great outside wide receivers. That's not Tom Brady's game. Tom Brady wants to pull Antonio Brown out of retirement right now.
I know. Dude, he might. Like, I mean, would you?
It's not that serious. Antonio Brown's a nut.
What if you get Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham Jr. on that team at the same time? Not going to help, right? Because of the line? Like, what are you going to do?
Odell Beckham's the outside receiver. It's not going to work.
Right.
Antonio Brown would work because he runs those routes that Tom Brady likes, but you can't bring Antonio Brown in your locker room.
You just did. And he had the problem with Arians, and Arians is gone. I mean, I don't know if, I guess it was with him.
Yeah, but he had Gronk was there in the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't bring in. Antonio Brown has quit in every place he's ever been. He quit at high school. He quit Central Michigan. He quit Pittsburgh. He quit Las Vegas. He quit New England. He quit New England, and he quit Tampa.
Yeah.
He quits everywhere he's ever been. So
you
can't bring him there because he's going to quit.
All right, fine. So this is not a fixable situation then. And Tom Brady, if you have him, cut him for like anyone, PJ Walker.
You really can at this point. Tom Brady is not. You can't roster him. He needs to ride off into the sunset. Like, I don't think there's going to be no second half run where the Buccaneers win 6 games, qualify for the playoffs, and then go on a run to the Super Bowl. I don't see that happening this year. And I think missing Arians is something as well, even though Arians is still a part of the organization. It's tough sledding right there. I think it's a lot that's going on behind the scenes as well. This started to stink in the preseason. As soon as he got to camp and the offensive linemen started falling, and then he disappeared for a couple of weeks. And then
remember that? For Dancing with the Stars, maybe?
Yeah, all of that stuff started happening, right? At that point, sell the Buccaneers. And now, when you lose, I mean, this is a bad as loss as you can get. 21-3 to the Panthers. Yeah. The Panthers are an XFL team. They play in Vince McMahon's league.
After this, like days after they should have been deflated by trading away Christian McCaffrey.
They have they have this performance where they come out and basically they outplay the Buccaneers, right? It just doesn't make any sense. They only had the ball for 50 plays yesterday. Tampa won the time of possession, but couldn't do nothing with it. It just was a bad look for Tampa Bay yesterday.
It's addition by subtraction for Carolina, man. Maybe people didn't like Robbie Anderson in the locker room.
No, that's not it. No,
Maybe they didn't like Christian McCaffrey in the locker room.
No, their team should have fixed their quarterback problem a long time ago.
Team
They
rallied
never
around
did.
Dante Foreman.
No, they took advantage of a bad team. See, here's the thing, right? And we've seen it just about every week this year with the Giants. And I'm not calling the Giants a bad team, but when you let these teams hang around, eventually they gain confidence and they beat you. The Giants hang around every week. The Giants hug you for 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter they kick you in the nads.
Yeah,
you know, and you're like, "Oh, you was just hugging me. Now you kicked me, damn it!" And then they kick you in the nads, and Saquon Barkley runs for a 60-yard touchdown. It's the Giants. It's the way the Giants win.
Speaking of getting kicked in the nads, this week, we use CBS leagues just because it's easy to figure out, and I think like they're, if you're paying for it, you're taking it a little more seriously. That's why we talk about high stakes leagues all the time. Matt Ryan was the most added player in CBS Sports. Most added quarterback in CBS Sports leagues this week.
I don't know
why.
why.
I'm like, that's weird. Like Matt Ryan against Tennessee, that's kind of like a strange. Everybody add him. Benched, done.
Yeah,
injured, but they said like Frank Reich's like, yo, it's going to be Sam Erlinger either way. Like Ryan's benched.
And normally I would love to blame. I would like to come on here and say, hey, Frank Reich, why don't you look in the mirror and look at your performance?
Yeah.
But guess what? Matt Ryan is not playing well. Matt Ryan should not be a starting quarterback in the NFL right now. He's the pass. See, here's the thing, right? When you go to when these old quarterbacks go to Indianapolis, they're sold on, we got this great offensive line. No, you have a great offensive lineman in Nelson.
Right, Quentin Nelson.
The rest of those dudes stink. And now you put somebody my age back there, and you look at Matt Ryan, and all he's doing is watching the pass rush, trying not to get hit, and then throwing the football to wherever he can.
Yeah.
He leads the league in interceptions with 9. So Reich is probably thinking, if we can stop turning the ball over, maybe we can have something here. Now, the kid Ellinger, he had that duel with Joe Burrow in that Texas LSU game. He's been a Heisman candidate. He's been a guy that's been a blue chip quarterback. So now they want to give him a shot, right, to see if he could be the guy, or do they need to go draft a quarterback? So I think it's the right move to bench Matt Ryan at this point. Matt Ryan is washed up. Matt Ryan's been washed up for a couple years now.
Yeah.
And you keep saying to your fan base, oh, this veteran quarterback going to come in and save us. We almost was fooled again this year. It was around August when I was like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe it's not the quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a lot going on in Indianapolis. That O-line is problematic. That I don't think they're schemed well with the head coach. Matt Ryan throwing interceptions. The defense can't stop the run. They're on the field a lot and they don't go nowhere. They have these big, long drives and they miss a field goal. It's just a bad brand of football. It's time to bring in the kid.
Remember, what did he have? Like, because remember he was like the talk of the preseason last year, or was it 2 years ago? Sam Erlinger. He had like a game. He had like a game or a couple games where everyone was like, "Whoa, that guy did all right here." Like this is like maybe this guy should be starting instead of Carson Wentz.
He did have a couple of good preseasons. He's a decent player. He was like,
is he the guy who has like that tragic backstory too?
I'm not sure about all of that now.
I think he does. I actually think he. Hold on, you go ahead and give your analysis.
Like a Friday Night Lights guy. I think he was a big Friday Night Lights guy, like a big Texas quarterback and legend. He had a couple big games playing for the University of Texas. He was a Heisman candidate the year that Joe Burrow won it. You know what I'm saying? His brother died before the season last year.
Yeah, that was it. All right.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Knock on, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I think they've come to the point where he is probably better than Matt Ryan right now.
Oh, man. His father died competing in a triathlon, too.
That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He had a very tragic backstory. That's right. I remember that now. All right. Sorry to bring us down. Let's keep
what are we doing here, Nando?
I don't know. Because I remember, you know why? Because I remember reading about him after he had a couple, like when everyone was buzzing about like Sam Erlinger. And all right, let's get off that. who becomes like the guy now? I assume it's going to be Michael Pittman because he's the best wide
Well,
receiver
he's
there.
the best player, yeah. So he has to be the guy.
I assume Pierce.
We've seen these guys are serviceable, right? And one thing about Indianapolis, despite having Taylor on their team, they will abandon the run. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have opportunity to throw. Their games are going to. The reason why I liked Tennessee so much this week, because Tennessee is opposite of what Indianapolis is. Tennessee is a disciplined football team. Indianapolis is like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Every man for themselves. But the Titans move as a unit. The Colts are a collection of individuals.
You don't like Frank Reich?
It's not that I don't like Frank. I'm a Frank Reich guy. I thought he was doing a good job, but it's just I think he kind of fell victim to, okay, I got a team built to win now.
Yeah.
So that was not true, right? So it should have been, okay, Andrew Luck left. Let's go ahead and get a quarterback in here and see what we can do.
You really, I mean, like he really shook that team up, man. Like, I don't know if enough people realize, like, you take away a guy who you were depending on to lead that franchise for however many years, Andrew Luck.
He was supposed to be. He's in all reality.
He destroyed
Andrew
that
Luck
franchise.
should be in the prime of his career,
right,
leading teams to a Super Bowl right now.
Right.
That should. The Colts are supposed to have the best quarterback in the league right now.
Exactly. And they don't. And like that really
don't.
messed up a team for
and
several
they keep
years.
trying to put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
But the Band-Aids don't work. You know what I'm saying?
You've
so
said
now
this
it's
before,
finally like, okay, let's see what the kid has. And if he don't have it, then we got a year where there's plenty of quarterbacks in the draft. But you never know. If Ellinger come in here and play clean and stop Nando, we've seen backup quarterbacks be successful this year.
Right.
Ellinger could be one because you know what happens? The game plan is less dependent on the quarterback and more around the team, which could be a good thing for the Indianapolis Colts. Let's not write them off yet, but the Matt Ryan experience was terrible. He can go be the Giants backup next year.
I mean, can you imagine being worse than Carson Wentz? Like this, like to this point where you get benched? Carson Wentz didn't get benched, right? They had the same guys there last year. Carson Wentz did not get benched.
No, he didn't. Carson Wentz was at least able to finish the joint out. It's hard to bench Carson Wentz, though. And listen, they benched Matt Ryan.
Is it hard to bench
because
Carson
Wentz? He's a crybaby.
Oh, okay.
Because he makes the locker room toxic. At least Matt Ryan is an adult. And then Matt Ryan is on the books with 2 years of guaranteed money. So if I'm Matt Ryan, I'm like, sure, I'll sit the bench. You mean I don't got to play? I'm 30-something, in my late 30s. You think I want to play behind this terrible offensive line?
Right.
Let the kid go out there and handle it, give me the clipboard, and I got 2 years of guaranteed money to end my career. I love it. If I'm Matt Ryan, I'm a big winner today.
Question from the back end chat. Of the quarterbacks showing their age this season, Ryan Wilson, Brady Rodgers, who has the best chance to bounce back? It's got to be Russell Wilson. I don't know if Russell Wilson's going to have enough runway, but I mean, like he's out for like 4 weeks, right?
It'll be Russell Wilson if he gets a chance to get back. The rest of them, Rodgers is interesting too, because when you listen to Rodgers' comments yesterday, Rodgers is hinting at what the problem is, the quarterback, and he's like, yo, listen, but he's been we can go out there and get exposed. He's talking about the head coach, 100%. Talking about the head coach. They are playing terrible as well. They had no first downs yesterday.
This is the formula. Where's Devontae Adams? He's gone. You know what I mean? Like,
but here's the thing.
Maybe it's Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
It's not like Devontae Adams got hurt in week 1 and was going to miss the season.
Right. You
knew all along you wasn't going to have Devontae Adams, but you running the offense and you think people are going to double team Allen Lazard. Guess what? They're not. He ain't the same player.
Dude.
So now you got a situation where run the football, but they refuse to do that.
It's so weird. Like for years, for like the last 6 years, all they talk about was how they refused to get wide receiver help for Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, they're drafting the quarterback, they're doing all this stuff in the draft. Like, where's the wide receiver help? And then Aaron Rodgers like, all right, I'm going to come back. I'm not going to retire. And then like, all right, well, we're getting rid of your best wide receiver.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like they got rid of his best wide. Like it's not even like they're not helping add more. They're like, let's get rid of the one guy that he's got. Let's see what happens.
Yep. Listen, you took all the money out the franchise for all of those years.
Yeah.
And now you'll get to be on a bad team through the latter years of your career.
Would you ever buy, when they have stock releases of the Green Bay Packers? Would you ever buy?
No, why would I buy a piece of the Green Bay Packers?
I don't know. Just say you own a piece of the, it's. I think they do it so often now that it's pointless, and you don't
everybody
really
own a piece of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, for like $300 too. I mean, I don't know. It's like if I don't know.
Unless I can be the majority owner.
They don't mean anything either. That's the part.
Yeah. If you want to make me the majority owner, we might be able to work something out. I'm gonna need a loan though.
Let's see who we can get behind us. E has got a question. He's back.
Wait a minute. One of the producers has Packer stock. Does Jared have Packer stock?
Oh yeah, he does. There you go. Wow. I have Packer stock means squat.
Wow.
I mean, like it's a cool. Hey, look, we're as much a collectible show as anything else.
I know, right? Do you get like a piece of dirt from Lambeau Field? What do you get?
I think so. I actually did a story on this a long time ago.
Me and Mike Rubin gonna buy the Packers. There you go.
Let's go. We gotta get on the show first.
I know, right?
That's it. You get a certificate, but I think you also get to go to the shareholders meeting every year, which is like a huge party. It's like see people tailgate
playing that loud music. I'm telling like an earthquake is coming. I'm like, what's going on? It's that boy that lived back there, going to see his grandmother with that loud music, boogity all in my ear. I'm trying to do a show. What's going on with that boy?
I didn't hear anything.
I'm glad you didn't hear it because the house is shaking listening to that stuff.
I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, Nando.
Oh, here, let me reset the show here for a minute. Justin Henry's going to be joining us in about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to bring up the Dallas San Francisco. We're going to give away jerseys, actually. We're giving away some jerseys. Yeah, so get it. Like if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're anywhere, Brock Core, for example, jump over, download the Better Sports Network app. I'm assuming I think several people in here are eliminated because they've won jerseys already. You might not be, man. Yeah, Brock, just go download the app, come jump over here, and then get ready to hit the fun button. We'll give you a 10-minute head start. You could probably win a jersey. I don't know, delete the app if you want, but I don't think you'd want to after that. No. Call you at the call button,
Yeah. No. You'll like it.
Oh, look, I'm just saying, we're not going to push it so hard on you that we're like, all right, whatever. Come win a jersey and leave if you want to do that.
I got a nice card this weekend, the other night, Nando.
Yeah.
A real nice card. It was a nice insert. I'll show you in the next after we come back from our break.
I'm at the point where, over the weekend, we had Twin Dynasty. I want a helmet, so I should still be good with the jersey, right? I don't know if that's how it works, man. I think it's all covered under the win umbrella.
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where over the weekend we stayed in a hotel with the kids for the first time, which is insane. But not, I got to stay up. The baby's, for 3 up at 5, sometimes 1. So I got to stay up, feed it. I can't fall asleep while I'm feeding the baby. Yeah. So what I do is with my free hand, I'm on eBay and I'm just doing things. And then item shipped comes a few days later, and I'm like, I have no idea what's coming, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm looking at my purchase history, how did this happen? Why did I buy another bag of Pokemon trick or trade cards? Yesterday, we'll get into this later. I've in the last few days I bought too many. Granted, it all adds up to $50 worth of them, but I bought a lot of Bryce Harper weird oddity cards, like some Bryce Harper holiday.
This could be a good time to buy Bryce Harper.
I don't get Bryce Harper is gonna he's won 2 MVPs. He's basically Mickey Mantle. He had a ton of hype coming in, and I think this is his moment where he's going to announce himself to the world, in this World Series. He's playing this postseason hero.
Yeah,
it's so weird. It's like if LeBron James just suddenly LeBron James, yeah. Now people want him. Now it's before they acknowledged him. Now they want
hype. But the baseball don't have a hype machine like the rest of the sports do. That's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Because this guy's a major star coming into this game, plays in a top 10 market like Washington, D.C., lives up to expectations for the most part, then goes to Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Now a chance to be a World Series champion. I think Bryce Harper is an interesting buy. You would not say, when you measure the hype coming into his career as to where he's at now, I would not say he's been a disappointment.
But I no, but I think it's strange that his rookie card
treated
is nothing. Yeah, that's the thing. I think because he came in, he's
not that popular.
Well, he's hitting 242, and but his OBP is astronomical, 368. He's hitting home runs. I mean, for some years he didn't. I guess some years he got hurt. Hold on, I'm looking up the top selling jerseys because I bet you Bryce Harper's not even top 10 top selling jerseys. What do you think about that?
If he's not,
I don't know.
It'd be like Aaron Judge.
Here we go. Okay, top selling jersey. This is MLB Shop. Mookie. Well, this doesn't count, I think, because Bryce Harper. Yeah, Mookie Betts is number one. Fernando. I don't know. Like this doesn't say exactly when this is from or when this starts and ends.
Mm-hmm.
Mookie Betts, Fernando Tatis. Do you want to guess any of these? Tatis Jr.
No.
Acuna, Javier Baez is somehow number 4. Clayton Kershaw.
Chicago?
No, he's a Met. No, wait, Detroit.
That's why.
Oh, it has him as the Mets. Oh, it has him in the Mets here.
So is he? Weird. So this is outdated or something.
All right, but either way, it's Baez, Kershaw, Bellinger, Judge, Seager, Ohtani, Arenado.
Yeah,
that might be old. Let's see. Mookie Betts, Dodgers, top 2021 MLB jersey sales. So I can tell you what last year's top jerseys were. Shouldn't make a difference, right? Bryce Harper should have still been selling jerseys last year.
Most people now know. You ask a random person on the street who's the face of Major League Baseball, they'll tell you Derek Jeter.
Bryce Harper. Yeah, you're right. You're actually right.
And he ain't
they might say Aaron Judge now. They might say Aaron Judge now.
Maybe they say Aaron Judge now. Yeah, but the dude ain't playing a decade.
Bryce Harper was 11 last year.
That's not
dude.
Bad,
should be 1 or 2. He should be 1 or 2
up there. Yeah.
He was right before Anthony Rizzo. He barely beat out Anthony Rizzo for jersey sales. I wonder if Bryce Harper was ever a top-selling jersey. Let's try 2020. Do you mind if we do this?
Maybe when he was in DC, when he first got there, maybe the hype was there then.
Yeah, it probably was. Betts, Judge, Harper. Oh, he's number 3 in 2020. Betts, Judge, Harper. But that was pandemic. All right, anyway, whatever. Let's take a break.
I'm laughing at the last message.
Okay, yes, let's look it up during the break. Let's get. Is that not entertaining?
That's good
stuff. Justin Henry's going to join us. We're going to give stuff away for free, and we're going to thank him for covering. And maybe we'll get into some. I got a lot of football questions I got to ask about, like Mecole Hardman. Is he for real? And I really want to get into what if the Broncos had hired Brian Daboll. I would love to know how that would. Yeah. All right. Stay tuned. Justin Henry's going to be with us on the flip side. We'll be right back after this.
Make bets and follow your fantasy team while you buy, sell, and trade collectibles in real time. Only on Bettor Sports Network.
I'm Pat Mayo of the Mayo Media Network and the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast. 2 things which you should subscribe to. I'm also the presenting sponsor of Bettor Sports Network's 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern weekday live block. So you should always tune into that. But what I want to talk about today is daily fantasy strategy and how you can leverage tools in order to both win, but understand what other people are doing, because creating leverage in daily fantasy is about the number one thing you can do if you want to get to the top of the leaderboard. So I'm going to walk through some of the tools that we have at runthesims.com in order to help guide you beyond what the tools actually provide, considering it's a lineup builder, it's an optimizer, it has projections. There's all of that stuff at Run the Sims, but it can also tell us a little bit of a different story. So right now, runthesims.com is already up there. It has NASCAR, it has F1, UFC coming soon, but NFL is the bread and butter of everything. And you're going to get your prop tool. If you want your prop tool, you're also going to get your simulator. And right now, you see it's $2.99 for the package, but because our friends at BSN are so smart, you can go to runthesims.com/BSN, get yourself 10% off, and you're going to want this. You can see all of the myriad tools that Run the Sims provides, but we're going to go to the classic optimizer. And we're going to show you how you can create leverage in your lineup without doing anything. We're going to make it the main slate of games because, I mean, if you want to run projections for every game, you can use the entire full slate of everything. And you can pick whatever operator that you want. Well, for this example, we use DraftKings. So all the stock projections are in there. You can play around with them any way you want, game by game, player by player. But if you generate lineups and you're someone who plays both tournaments and cash games, this is important because the optimal lineups will show show you who the most common players are going to be in double ups, 50-50s, and head-to-heads, and what those lineups are going to look like, because optimal lineups are all going to be very similar. So Jalen Hurts or Daniel Jones at quarterback. You're going to have a lot of Antonio Gibson, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, and Travis Etienne. And I'm not saying don't play these guys, but all you really need to do is pick a pivot point somewhere, and all of a sudden you can make your team especially different, especially in higher stakes in single entry double ups and cash games if you really want to go that way. So even when we go look at our player groups and our player pool, when we generate the lineups that we want, you most definitely saw that you're going to have your Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones lineups. All you really need to do is get a little bit different, come up with a stack in a little bit of a different way, and you see Commanders defense keeps getting spat out. That's going to be the optimal one for week 1. So all you need to do is just go a different way, and all of a sudden you've created a leverage on your opponents, and your 3v3 just needs to win that 3v3, and all of a sudden you're printing money. runthesims.com/BSN for 10% off. I'm Pat Mayo.
Bettor Sports Network is betting, fantasy, collectibles. It's sports talk done better.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely day. Justin Henry, thanks for joining the show, man. Hey, dude, thank you for filling in, man. It means a lot.
Some big shoes to fill, but hopefully I was able to keep things entertaining with Corey over there, man. And had a good time, had a good weekend, man. There was a lot of things that happened over this week 7, man.
No, dude, I don't even if we're bringing you in, hey, let's talk about one thing. I don't think we can. I don't think we can, man. But I'm a weird guy too. I'm like, hey, Antonio Gibson, how about that? So let me ask you that. Antonio Gibson, how about that, man? Huh? I put him out the pasture.
I don't understand this Antonio Gibson thing. I cannot for the life of me, this Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson thing. We see they're going to Brian Robinson, and Corey and I talked about it on Friday. This dynamic is weird. Antonio Gibson, when he plays, he plays efficiently, he plays effectively. It's just for whatever reason, Ron Rivera doesn't trust him. So I do not want to even start to think what's going on there in that Washington locker room.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. Anybody, if you have two eyes, you know what I'm saying, and you can see what's going on the football field, you'd be like, hey, that guy Gibson, that's the one. You're gonna play him. That's the one. He's good. The other guy is he like a favorite of Ron Rivera's? Shout out to Nick Durst, noticing that the Yankee hat is the Yankee hat is gone after just disappointment last night in the Boogie Down Bronx. But we'll be back. The Yankee hat will be back, but just it hurt a little bit too much today.
We spent a lot of time looking up jerseys and not even getting on the Yankees. I didn't think you were ready for it yet. A little too raw still.
That's all good. Well, you're a Yankee fan too, but we wait.
Speaking of hurting, I came on this show talking all that stuff about the Niners last week.
And that was pitiful yesterday. Man. Yeah, because you see, here's the thing, right? You can't say that you have the best defense in the NFL and put up. What was it? Did they have 600 yards yesterday?
they had a 40 burger on us. I want to say it was over 500 yards for sure. Pat threw for over 400. It was, it's insane. Even with all the injuries though, and I talked about it on the show. I actually picked the Chiefs to win that game.
I had the Niners.
You did, and it's what the crazy part is that I didn't think that team was that far away. I thought the Chiefs were better, but it wasn't to that level. And the Christian McCaffrey trade was supposed to bring excitement. It was a home game. None of that mattered. Pat Mahomes is on a different level right now, and he showed it. They're just a better football team than the Niners are right now.
Yeah. Now here's the deal, right? So when I tell people I think I'm a bigger Jimmy G supporter than most Niner fans are. But what I saw yesterday is why Niner fans despise Jimmy Garoppolo. Because it's so the score is 44-23. But the game is just a couple plays away from being a Niner game. But you cannot throw interceptions in the red zone. You can't. When you get in the red zone, you got to protect the ball. You have to play your best football then. And Jimmy G, he makes bad plays at bad times. That's the problem with Jimmy G. Like, he can be perfect all game, but when you need him to be perfect the most, when you need to play the most, Jimmy G lets you down.
Yeah, it's tough to see, man. And as a fan, you want your team to do good, but you also know the constraints of your team. And it kind of, to me, there's some Kyle Shanahan things that in my head, I'm questioning right now. We saw Mike McDaniel go to Miami, and we see what they're doing with that offense. And I'm looking at this team with all these weapons, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, well, this is a zone run scheme. That, you know what I'm saying? When you fall behind like this, it makes it very difficult. Listen, they had a decent game yesterday. The problem was on their defense. They gave up 529. Remember we talked about the Buccaneers had 4.1 yards to play? The Chiefs had 9 yards of play. That's elite. That's almost a first down every time they drop back. It's almost a first down. That's an elite offensive production right there. So that's a lot.
This hurts.
Yeah, man. That's a lot. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That's just what it is. What it is. I still think San Francisco is a contender in the NFC. It's gonna have to be a roundabout way to get there. But you can't say you're the best defense in the league and have a performance like this yesterday. The Chiefs just gave them that work yesterday.
100%. Yeah, it was bad.
Yes, gotta keep it real with you.
What do you say, you guys? We shift to giving away a jersey. How about giving away 2 jerseys?
I wanted to say something right quick.
Okay, go ahead.
You're talking about Mike McDaniel's offense in Miami. It's not that good either. I understand Tua missed some games, but even with Tua, they had that big fourth quarter against Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the Dolphins is regular to me.
I don't know. There's a lot of things open on that team, and I don't think they put it together for 4 quarters. That's the part I think you're talking about. We've seen the spurts, we've seen Tyreek Hill in action, we've seen Jalen Waddle look good at times, we've seen Mostert look good at times, we've seen the defense look good at times. It just hasn't been clicking there an entire game. So I hear your point, but I think it's more so a coaching thing. They just got to see it all the way through. It's his first time being head coach, man.
True, I get it. So you have 20 in week 1 with Tua. Then you have the big quarter against the Ravens. And you come back the next week with 21 against the Bills, right? So then, Bengals, Jets, Vikings, no Tua. 15, 17, 16. Last night, 16 again last night, right? So you have 16 again last night, 0 in the second half. But you continue to go for it and not kick field goals and do stupidness like that.
Tua's record. What's Tua's record right now as a starter quarterback? Ooh, 4-0. He's 4-0 as a starter right now.
All right, he's 4-0 as a starter. Okay.
That's pretty. I would have done 0-4 by accident, man. You've got a very good
that
awareness
was
of your screen, man. Yeah.
What's
Tua's record?
You see the meme of the kid doing a dab, and he's like,
I had a piece of fuzz here 20 minutes ago. I couldn't figure out how to get it. Justin's a pro, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Who would you think? Who's better, Tennessee or Miami?
Oh man, Tennessee. I think is the better football team, I would say. But right now, I'd rather be in Miami shoes.
I'd rather be in Tennessee shoes.
They both feel like last guys into the playoffs. Like irrelevant last team in the playoffs get stomped in the first.
I just feel like Tennessee might get that bye. It's looking like it right now.
Well, they still got Kansas City and Buffalo. They're the class of the NFL. Kansas City and Buffalo.
It
is what it is.
With the way the South is right now, they might win 13 games. Even with KC and Buffalo, they got harder. KC especially just has a harder route there. And I don't know. I can see Tennessee running it back.
But KC is the best team. I mean, Kansas City and Buffalo are the best teams. Like when it comes down to it, as long as they're on opposite sides of the bracket, they'll meet in the AFC Championship game. I mean, I would like to think that Baltimore can figure out a way to get in there, but they can't. The Bills already destroyed the Titans. Miami, you know what I'm saying? You think these teams ain't ready? It's anticlimactic in the AFC, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, look,
unless
everyone
you think the Chargers can get hot. But they looked terrible against Geno Smith yesterday. And let's put Geno Smith in the MVP conversation while we're at
Are
it.
we doing that?
Crazy right now. I mean,
why is Seattle winning? Right? Like, what is it? It's Geno.
It's
Geno
definitely
Smith,
him.
right?
It's Pete Carroll.
All right, fine.
So-
Get him
so
for coach.
it-
What's he
it was
coach of the
him.
year then? Why don't you put a bet on both? What's Pete Carroll's got to be like 1,800 for coach of the year, right?
He might be. I mean, everybody's gonna go with Dabo.
I'll check that during the break. Yeah, but I mean, like,
I wish an assistant coach could win coach of the year because then it'd be
Rich
Wink
Bisaccia.
Martin. It'd be Wink Martindale.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on, I'll pull up some future. Hold on. You know what? While I'm looking this up, let's give away the Alvin Harper jersey for all of the Dallas fans out there.
Alvin Harper, great Dallas Cowboys, ran us into a dynasty.
Here's how we're gonna do it. If you are a Cowboys fan,
how about this?
If you're a Cowboys fan, we're gonna start the contest. Hit the fun button. We're gonna award an Alvin Harper jersey to someone out there who will be smashing it. So yeah, there we go. Get on it. Alvin Harper jersey gonna be yours. And after that, Alvin Harper authentic autographed. Thanks to gettingthegame.com. After that, we're gonna have John Taylor one. John Taylor, authentic.
One right there. Bang bang, Niner gang, baby.
Authentic autographed from gettingthegame.com.
A bad loss yesterday.
All right, here's
600 yards of offense on the other side.
I wish we could have played the Lions. You know, I wish we could have played the Lions too. It might have been a little different.
Have you did play the Lions this year, right? Or that was last year, week 1 last year when the Lions almost came back and beat you.
We talking about last year and almost. I don't like those words. I don't like either of those words.
The job is to play who's on the schedule. You got back-to-back losses, right? The Falcons and the Chiefs. At least you beat Carolina.
I don't like giving you laughs. I don't like giving you laughs on a Monday. It doesn't make me feel good on the inside,
At least
man.
you
I got
beat Carolina.
and y'all won too, so I don't have nothing to come back with.
Wow, losses to the Bears, the Broncos, the Falcons. It's tough. Tough times in the Yay area.
It's week 7. You know what's crazy? I was kind of thinking about it just overall in week 7, the amount of injuries that happened in yesterday's game. There's always one of those weeks where it feels like a lot of teams are going to be altered by injuries. And there were some unfortunate ones, man. Hopefully Breece Hall is able to return next year because he was amazing talent to watch, man.
Yeah, exactly. You felt bad when you saw that yesterday, that young man having such a great start to his NFL career, helping, revive a dormant franchise in the New York Jets. Definitely was a big part of that. And to see him go down, you definitely wish him for the best. And you want to see him come back strong next year. Kind of reminds me of when Deshaun got injured in his early in his career.
100%.
We got a question from HG. Well, first of all, HG on YouTube. Download the app, jump over here, and hit the fun button. You can win a jersey, man, like right now. But here's your question. Yeah, Better Sports Network app. Go check it out on Droid and Apple. Can Lamar actually go to the Colts if he doesn't sign an extension? The answer is yes, very much so.
He'd be a free agent. He can play for the Mets if he wants to. Because apparently they're going to be big players this year. I've never seen it happen before, but apparently that's going to happen this year. Yeah, he can go, but that would be crazy if he was to do that because, just the Colts need to start over. Lamar need to come to Dallas. Nah. But the Baltimore's going to throw. See, here's the thing. If I'm Lamar, right, I'm like, yo, you want me to sign? You got to give me a new offensive coordinator because this is ridiculous at this point. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Again, yesterday, another uninspiring day. What was he, QB 11, QB 12 on the week? Yeah. No touchdowns yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's just Lamar is so live and lit. We got to get him out of this predictable offense. It has to happen.
It feels like he's going to stick with it. You think they're going to franchise him? You already know they're going to franchise him if they don't give him the bag. They got to give him the bag. I feel like that's doing right by Lamar is giving him the bag, but there's no way.
If they franchise him, they're going to be $75 million a year. And if I'm Lamar, I'll take it for 1 year.
That's like
skating on them.
I know you get like Trevor Bauer.
Kirk Cousin.
Trevor Bauer's idea in baseball was to sign a bunch of 1-year contracts at max value. And just get the most out of it.
Then you have
we got a winner.
Yeah, we got a winner. You have what's your name? You have you said max contracts. That's like the Darrelle Revis thing. Darrelle Revis was a mercenary for a little bit. Yeah, he was on a whole bunch of 1-year deals trying to win Super Bowls.
Imagine Lamar
Kirk
Jackson
Cousins.
just bouncing from team to team for like $50 million a year, being like, "Oh, are you one step away?" Browns.
What on the playground they call the official QB. He'd be the official quarterback. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like it wouldn't work with Lamar though. Like with Kirk Cousins, it worked because he's a pocket quarterback. He doesn't get hurt as much. Like Washington was able to do that for 2 years or however long they were able to do that. With Lamar, it'd be different though because he goes and he gets an ankle, which has been kind of common for him throughout his career. Some of those lower leg injuries that hurts his value. Like I think Lamar he's going to have to sit in order to get that full extension if they don't give it to him this offseason.
Oh man, they just better probably go ahead and do the right thing and wrap him up. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm him, I need some reassurances that I'm going to be coached properly, and that's not happening in Baltimore right now.
Laura 1020 asking who won. I think you did, Laura. There was a Laura that popped up on screen very quickly, but she's got a question too. Laura, if you just want to call in with this question, I mean, we'll take calls. But who is better, Devontae Parker or Hunter Henry? Justin, what do you think?
I think you got to go with Devontae Parker. It's just Hunter Henry's so touchdown dependent. If he doesn't get a touchdown, he's just kind of useless to your fantasy team. And even on offense, Devontae Parker can do a lot. He's underrated because of what his time in Miami. We expected a lot out of him, and he dealt with some injuries. We've seen him be inconsistent. But I think the player I'd rather have, and I think the player this Pats team would rather have, is Devontae Parker overall. Tonight he does provide a little bit of upside with Mac Jones back. They had a strong connection as well. In the last game before he got hurt. So give me Devontae Parker over Hunter Henry, especially if that means fantasy.
You guys remember when it was Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, the Pats were bringing in, and everyone's like, oh, McDaniel's going back to that 2 tight end system. It's going to be amazing.
It wasn't because Jonnu Smith can't play and Hunter Henry can't block.
We got Laura here. Laura, congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I was just putting on a different radio show, and yours popped up, and the Bettor Sports is the Bettor Sports.
There you go, right there. Well, thank you. Glad that you were able to hang out and enjoy. Or you are the winner of a jersey. Are you a Dallas Cowboy fan?
I live in Philadelphia, so I can't say yes.
Not.
But no, I'm from New Jersey, so I am a Jets fan. But what Cowboy jersey?
Alvin Harper.
Who?
Alvin Harper. He played when the Cowboys winning championships in the 90s, when they was beating the 49ers in the NFC Championship game every year. That's when Alvin Harper was making his money right there. So you got a legendary Cowboy, Alvin Harper.
Well, thank you very much. I will definitely bring it to the next football watching show that I do with my friends.
I'm glad that you'll do that. Now, I also like Devontae Parker, just like Justin. I like Devontae Parker as well. Devontae Parker got off to a slow start in his career because he was like a video game addict. You know what I'm saying? He was like grown. Yeah, I know. He was like a grown boy. You know what I mean? He just played video games, and then he would get a little bit hurt, and he would say that he was more hurt than he was. And then he was in trouble of not getting a second contract. And former Miami Dolphin Chris Chambers got with him and kind of changed the direction of his career. So that's why he's excelling now. I just thought I'd share that with you.
No worries. I just thought it was tight ends week, so maybe Hunter Henry, who's been moving up, might get a lot of end zone work for fantasy football.
No doubt. Shout out to tight ends.
National Tight Ends Day. That's a good point, Laura. No, I think you're going with the right strategy, and Devontae Parker, and even thinking outside the box and thinking of tight end. So I love it, Laura. Congratulations on the jersey.
Thank you so much.
And come back sometime. We're here for all your questions and answers. We got another jersey to give away. John Taylor, the San Francisco 49ers. Legend? You call him a legend?
Mediocre.
Oh, yeah.
Mediocre.
Call him a legend.
He had a legendary. He was legendary.
Mediocre second receiver.
Oh,
mediocre number 2 receiver, John Taylor.
Game-winning catch in the Super Bowl receiver.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
we can't call that mediocre.
Will forever live.
WR2.
Let's do this. Justin, you're our guest, and you are the 49ers fan. If you'd like to officially launch this giveaway, look, I can't even do it. The floor is yours, sir.
If you want this John Taylor jersey like I do, I'm going to take it if nobody else does. Smash that fun button for these Niner fans. Let's go. Bang, bang, Niner gang, all on the fun button. Let's go. Win yourself a John Taylor jersey.
Oh, we got a winner already.
That was quick. All right, E. Trigger fan. I guess he's not a Cowboys fan because he was here for that one too, man.
Yeah, really got up on that one real quick right there. And I don't think E has won yet in his time here. So shout out to E. You know what I'm saying? We answered your questions. You're a part of the family over here now. And we're happy to present you with this 49er jersey. Somebody from the network will be in touch with you and Laura about receiving these jerseys. And then y'all out for the next 90 days. You can't win nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like the Niners. You can't win no more.
we going there. We going there. Last time the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, I was still walking around looking at ice cream cones.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. He said he won a helmet 2 weeks ago, so he can't win.
Oh, well.
Run it back.
Don't hit the fun button, E. Then what's wrong with you?
Oh, maybe he was having a good time. Maybe he liked how Justin introduced the contest.
Having some fun. I ain't mad at that. You tried, hey. Sometimes you got to try it until they tell you can't.
Yeah, I feel you. No doubt.
Well,
so that jersey's still hanging out there.
Also, Eve, feel free to not just offer that information up if you've won a signed jersey, man.
Well, no, the people in the back, you know.
They'll know. There's a spreadsheet. I know.
You can't fool us. You can't fool us like you can't fool us like the 49er defense fooled America yesterday.
I gotta be honest. You know, sometimes it's good. It seems like he's an honest fan, and you got to be honest with yourself. If you've already done something in the past, it's okay to talk about it, but people know when it was way in the past, like those Cowboys Super Bowls we forgot about.
Yeah, all right.
We're running this again.
Ones.
We're running this back. Everyone but E, please hit the fun button if you'd like to be part of this fun, I guess.
Yes.
This is a John Taylor jersey, autographed, authentic from gettingthegame.com. Yeah, you feeling better? Is this still from homecoming?
I know. Well, you know, when you get as you age, you look at
oh no, here we go, Laura. Okay, hold on.
Laura said she would take the John Taylor over to Alvin Harper.
Oh, hey, that's all right.
I don't blame her.
Can we do that?
Well, then we still need another winner.
Run it again for Alvin Harper. Yeah, let's do it again. All right. Laura, you get the John Taylor. Let's run the Alvin Harper again. Corey, you can introduce the Alvin Harper one.
All right, so let's go. It's time to launch. Everybody get ready. Don P, get in here. You know what I'm saying? You could be a winner. And we're doing right now. We're giving away the Alvin Harper. No, the John Taylor.
No, Laura's taking John Taylor.
So we're giving away Alvin Harper.
Yeah.
Alvin Harper, who ran the Cowboys into a dynasty. Alvin Harper, a great Dallas Cowboy, played alongside Michael Irvin. Alvin Harper, a member of America's team. You want this hanging on your wall. You want this in your office. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a part of the Dallas Cowboy Nation. You want to grab this jersey, put it on your wall, and say, how about them Cowboys? Now, here's the deal. Dallas Cowboys are the number one franchise. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
No more contests on this show.
Has this guy won yet? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm cheating if we give it to Jalen. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if Jalen's won yet. He might have just been hitting the fun button for fun, and then they launched it. He'll let us know in a minute.
Hey, you got to smash the fun button, so it's all good. You know what? And I ain't mad at you, Laura. I would have took the John Taylor over that Alvin Harper too. I don't think anybody wants to hang it up on their wall. Let's go. It's the Niner gang over here, baby.
John Taylor played for Duran Duran. What is going on?
Okay. The name John Taylor. Okay. SpongeBob SquarePants. He's no Irving Fryer. That's a classic. Irving Fryer was a 1 though. Right, but the Patriots never won nothing with Irving Fryer.
I got a lot of Irving. I don't have them, but I remember Irving Fryer would always pop up in the card packs that I'd open. Always. I would always get an Irving Fryer, like without fail. Like those 88, really? 87, 89 like packs.
Opening that wax.
Yeah. Irving Fryer, always. Always.
Oh, the card is over there that I got to show y'all that I pulled this weekend. A player that I never really get. I got a pretty nice insert. So I was excited about that. I'm sending it to get graded, as a matter of fact, because he is a legendary basketballer.
Who was it?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
What do you mean was a legendary basketballer?
He is a legendary basketballer, yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're 100% correct.
KD, man.
Speaking of basketball, a minute 30 left on the clock, you come down court and take a shot with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Yo, you cannot play Russell Westbrook no more. He can't play. He can't play. He causes you to lose games. You know, I won a parlay. Listen to this wild parlay I had yesterday. Like, this is crazy. Dolphins, right?
Yep.
Trailblazers clip Dolphins, Trailblazers, Suns money line parlay. And everybody was like, how did you put the Trailblazers in there? Because I knew that as long you can bet against the Lakers every night that Russell Westbrook plays, because Russell Westbrook makes you lose. Like, that's how bad it's gotten, Nando. He makes you lose.
I know.
It's not that you can't win with him. Now he actually makes you lose the game.
It's bad. It's bad. Coming down with, what was it, a minute left on the clock? I don't even know if it was a whole minute left on. It was like 18 seconds left on the shot clock, and you take in that shot. You see this LeBron and AD turn around like, what is this guy doing?
It was you. I wish I could find it and send it to Jared and Adam. You on the call of it, you hear the color commentary say, "No, Russ, no."
Oh no! He said, "Oh no."
He said, you hear him like, "Oh no, Russ, no." And he just comes up here and he come down the court like he Ray Allen. You know, like, oh, this is water. And it's like, what?
Oh my God. It's tough, man, being a Lakers fan right now, being a Niners fan. This is a bad weekend for the JN teams. It was a bad weekend, I can admit.
Well, at least you don't root for the Yankees.
Dude,
there you go.
I saw a video. Well, you know what? We hit 4:00. We should take a break now, but do we have to? We can talk about the Yankees for a minute.
We can talk about the Yankees. Well, hey,
I'll talk about the Yankees. Justin's here. Justin said as long as we want him. So here,
hey,
another 5 minutes with Justin.
Good.
Bonus 5 with Justin. How about this Yankees core? Man, dude, if Don Mattingly isn't, I'm almost positive Boone is gone. I don't know if Brian Cashman is too. I think you'd have to get rid of Randy Levine. I don't think you put this on Brian Cashman. I think Brian Cashman is trying. I think he's doing the best he can. I would just before you run everybody, do you really want to live in a world where Brian Cashman is not your general manager? I would think about that before I pull the trigger on that. With Aaron Boone, do what you want with Aaron Boone. I could care less. Don Mattingly's out in the open market, man. That's I don't know. Justin, it's probably your childhood hero, even though you have no ties to the Yankees, really. Like, everyone's childhood hero was Don Mattingly.
No, it wasn't Don Mattingly. But you know what? I do have something. Aaron Judge, man, and with his incredible season, are the Yankees going to re-sign him? That's a lot of money they're going to have to pay him.
It's the Yankees.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like he's going to go get the bag somewhere else.
But look, put that against.
That's fine. He never won nothing. If he wants to do that, that's fine. He ain't win nothing in New York, so hey, go play for the Mets. That's fine.
You put this against what we just talked about with Bryce Harper, who feels like he's finally getting respected and
Yep.
But it happens.
If you put Harper on the Yankees, Judge, you take Judge away from the Yankees, and I know you don't have to live in New York anymore. There's Instagram, there's all this other stuff, but there's something about it. You know what I mean? It's so much play.
But listen, we've seen it happen to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It happened to Michael Jordan. It happened to LeBron James. Hell, it happened to Alex Rodriguez. Sometimes it takes a while to win on the highest level. I'm not willing to throw Aaron Judge away yet because unfortunate. First of all, the Houston Astros are a wagon. Let's not act like they losing to the Oakland A's. You know what I'm saying? It is the Houston Astros, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? They beating everybody, cheating, banging on trash cans. You know what I'm saying? Now they're not doing it no more. I get that. But they're in a season where they're the best. It's like, do you think, it's like the Golden State Warriors. Oh, yeah, LeBron couldn't they beat them once.
Hey,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
Did mention something that I don't hear
our era.
Corey, you mentioned something I got to give you respect and props. You mentioned something a lot of people don't bring up when you talk about greats and Michael Jordan, how long it took him to win. Yeah. That's a hell of a point there, man.
It took him a while to win. You just don't come in and start winning right away. You know what I'm saying? So let's pump the brakes a little bit on running Aaron Judge out the Bronx. Let's pump the brakes on running Cashman out the Bronx. Aaron Boone, I'm fine. And if we get Mattingly in return, I think the Mattingly thing brings a warmth of a feeling of one of our guys that we trust back and in there. But he's not a championship manager.
Billy Hayes is right. It took Harper a while to win. I don't know if it means Bryce Harper or Alvin Harper, though.
Yeah.
Bryce. Shout out to my man Billy Hayes. Glad to see Billy Hayes in there. And Billy, congratulations on your Phillies and your Eagles. Well, the Eagles ain't won nothing yet, but congratulations on the Phillies.
So they've been anointed. They were anointed preseason, right?
Yeah. But
Oh, there he is.
We got to bring Nick in, right? We got to get him over to this side right here. I like talking to phone callers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. It's fun. Real quick, if you won, and I don't know who did at this point. I think it was Laura and Jalen. The producers are going to reach out to you and let you know, like, when we'll mail your stuff out to you, essentially. So sit tight. They got all your info because you're in the app and you're playing in our waters. So they'll give you a little something. SpongeBob SquarePants making a good point. Reggie Jackson isn't Reggie Jackson of the postseason performance.
Yeah, but it's still, that didn't happen in 77. They lost when he first got there, right?
Yeah.
They lost. Yeah, they lost. They lost a couple years when they first got there.
Still
I'm
Reggie.
ready for Nick.
Doesn't matter. All right, guys, let's bring in Nick. Let's bring in Nick. Dude, we can have Nick and Justin at the same time, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, why not?
Let's
More the
go.
merrier. Nick Durst jumping in to join us on Coronado and Friends presented by Mayo Media Network.
Nick, what's up, my man? Good to see you.
What's up, Corey? The Yankees are going to get back to their prominence is if they can get a mythical figure like Babe Ruth to come back. They got some Nick Durst.
That's a good one, Nick. That's a nice way to start it. Nick, you got on you at this, you a Yankee fan, or you a New Yorker that root for a team outside of New York?
I'm a New Yorker who roots the Mets, sadly.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I grew up in the 90s going to school with all these horrible Yankee fans. So it just kills me.
Where'd you go to high school at?
I live in Staten Island, so I went
Okay.
to school there.
Farrell, one of those schools out there?
One of the schools out there, the Great Island with the great food. But I think the Yankees, what they should do, I think they need to hire Curtis Granderson to either be their manager or the assistant general manager. I mean, you watched that guy in the post game last night. He is so sharp. He knows what's going on. I think any team would be ecstatic to sign him because the Yankees got to shake it up, Corey. They can't go back to the same thing next year. If you lose Judge, take that $50 million and why don't you try to sign maybe like 3 or 4 guys who could actually make contact with the ball against the Astros, a couple of 300 hitters, a closer or two, because the Yankees right now, if they bring back Judge, they bring back Boone, they bring back Cashman, mark it down. 360 days from now, we'll be talking about the Yankees getting swept by the Astros in the ALCS again.
All right, listen, I hope that's not the case, and I think you make some valid points. But you don't think there is something to the Astros just being the best? You know what I'm saying? They're the best. So
how about this?
Yeah, I give them props.
What a team their number one pick from years ago, who was a World Series champion, and Carlos Correa. They're like, you know what? We're good. You can walk. We got the future ALCS MVP in our minors. We'll call him up. That's how you build a franchise, just like the Golden State Warriors in Justin Henry's backyard. You gotta build from within. That's how.
But the Yankees have built this team from within, outside. You know, for the most part. Well, not really. But Judge is a homegrown
Not really
talent.
at all, man.
Well, Judge is homegrown.
They even traded for Isaiah Kiner for Leffa.
I'm not ready to just, like I said, I can see everybody wanting to get rid of Boone, but let's not be so quick to run Cashman, who has been a champion in this town. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to win in New York. You're a Met fan, know.
You're not going to do better than Cashman. I mean, this guy's one of the best general managers of all time. If you get rid of him, what are you going to do? Promote his assistant, or are you going to bring in?
That's what I'm saying.
Some outside guy.
Yeah, exactly. What you going to do? You going to go hire what's my man that used to run Boston? Because then he looking for a job now, right?
John Daniels from.
I seen him on TV.
Theo Epstein.
John Daniels from the.
Yeah, Theo Epstein.
Theo.
What you going to do? Hire him? You going to hire Theo? I don't see it. Listen, it's unfortunate that it happens, but I think you lose to a better team. You keep trying to come back and win. You know what I'm saying? Now, you satisfied with what the Mets did this year?
No, horrible. I was there. I went to the game the last season. You get one hit. Maybe Musgrove was cheating. Who knows? I can say looked like there's stuff on his ear. Buck comes out to debate that. He wipes his ear off. I mean, that was obvious. At his next start, he gets lit up by the Phillies in Citizens Bank Ballpark. Yeah. The Mets, they got some serious flaws. They don't have a big bat. They need to go get somebody like Aaron Judge, get a Carlos Correa, or why don't you go trade for Shohei Ohtani, because you got the pieces, you got the connections to Billy Epler. You need a big hitter, you need a pitcher. Are you going to sign DeGrom to $50 million for the next 2 seasons? I don't know how that's going to work. You got like 8 free agents. Edwin Diaz. I know you love the trumpets, Corey. You definitely love that entrance song. He's a free agent. He's going to make the most money of all time. They got a lot of things to address this offseason.
So, but see, the New York baseball teams have unlimited resources. They don't play in a salary cap, so either one of these teams can get Judge and then still get the pieces around him. I want to see them do well. Obviously, the Yankees more so than the Mets, you know what I mean? But what about the New York football teams? Are you a New York football fan?
Got that Giants sweater on.
A little bit, man. Yeah.
G-Man. I don't know.
That was the 07 one.
I don't even like seeing
that's the one that was supposed to be. That's supposed to be a Dallas Cowboy championship sweatshirt right there. That's supposed to be the Cowboys year that the Cowboys beat the Patriots.
The Giants twice that season
in the regular season.
It didn't matter in the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember.
The Giants. maybe
I cried in the car.
The Giants. I don't know. Am I a fool? I'm starting to believe in them. I think that I heard your rankings with Justin last week. I don't know what the heck was going on with your top 10. The Cowboys are up higher than the Giants because they beat the Giants, but the Titans are higher than both of them because the Giants beat the Titans. Justin, I don't know how you
got to make it make sense. You can't make it make sense, and then they're going to win again.
You can't put the Giants up there yet. You can't put the Giants. The Giants have been satisfactory so far. I like the head coach.
Here's the thing about the Giants, guys.
Win 6. They got win 6 this weekend. You dropped them down, or did you keep them?
Wait a minute. They should have lost that game this weekend.
Should have, would have, could have. What we talking about?
Doug Peterson cost the Jaguars that game this weekend.
Well, the Giants, they're 6-1. Their next 2 opponents, they have
the Seahawks
Texans and the Lions. And they got a bye week. So they're looking at, they could be going 8-1 going into Dallas on Thanksgiving to take on Corey's Cowboys.
That's going to be a big one on Thanksgiving.
Plus, they got the Commanders 2 more times. They're looking at 10 wins at worst this season.
No, and then what's going to happen when you get in the playoffs, though? But don't they play the Seahawks this week? And that's a big game in the NFC.
Game, yeah.
The Geno Smith revenge game.
Geno Smith, it's a home game for Seattle. Last year, the Giants, 2 years ago, they actually went out to Seattle with Colt McCoy and won a game, which was
huge. I actually bet on that game and I lost. I bet on that game and lost. I got my ass handed to me that game, man.
Well, the Giants, though, I didn't see the lines yet. I'm thinking that Seahawks might be favored, but they're 6-1 against the spread this season. The
Giants. I would guess that the Giants. No, I would guess that the Seahawks to be the favorite. That game was in the Pacific North or West. I can see the Seahawks being -1. I have not seen the spread on that game yet.
I would take the Giants if they're underdogs. For sure.
Dable's going to win Coach of the Year. He has to. Like he's going to win Coach of the Year.
Higher of the year is Wink Martindale. I mean, that was
that's so very important. What Wink Martindale has been able to do for this team, bring some stability, be somebody that the head coach can listen to. He schemes the defense very well. He knows what he's doing with his play. That front is there. I like the way the Giants play. The Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites, so you got a 2.5-point favorite at home. I would say. As long as that number don't go to 3, I'm on Seattle.
By the way, Pete Carroll's 20-1 for Coach of the Year. I looked that up earlier.
Yeah,
I mean, I know everyone's on Daboll. If they go on a slide and Seattle can keep this up, 20-1 isn't looking so bad. $20 will win you 400.
And you guys, before I was listening, you mentioned mercenaries. Jackson could just sign with teams for Super Bowls. That's what Odell Beckham Jr. is going to do.
That's basically what he's going to do. You're right. You're 100% correct. That's what Beckham is about to do. He may not do it to the level that Darrelle Revis did it to because Beckham stayed hurt. And speaking of Darrelle Revis, this is his first ballot. Is he going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, Darrelle Revis?
Put him in first ballot. You got to put him in first ballot. Revis Island has to happen.
I don't know if he's first ballot Hall of Famer.
How's he not first ballot Hall of Famer?
How did we get there?
Hall of Famer.
Huh?
Michael Strahan wasn't first ballot Hall of Famer, so
he shouldn't have been. He had a couple good seasons, and then he went to Good Morning America.
And Brett Favre laid down for him.
All pro. Even though he didn't have the playoff success that you want to have, he didn't get a Super Bowl or whatever, but he was all pro for years. Best quarterback in the league for years. Darrelle Revis. So
I mean, I think. Listen, the problem with the Hall of Fame is the criteria is all over the place. But how is he first ballot if he hasn't won anything?
He's nothing. Without Rex Ryan, Darrelle Revis was nobody.
There you go. I love it. I love it.
All
right. I love it.
All right, we gotta take a break. Reset
Thanks for calling in, Nick. I appreciate you, bro.
What's up, Nick?
Justin, we're gonna let you out of this madness too now, man.
The
door's always open for you. Yeah, come back whenever you'd like, man. We would love to have you. How's TikTok going, by the way? How we doing?
Hey, TikTok's up. We got to get it up and make sure if you guys are listening, you guys follow the page. Got some new stuff coming your guys' way. So it's there and it's live, and it'll be some more Niner stuff too. I got to throw some more Niner stuff on there.
For why?
The people want it. They're going to swap the Cowboy stuff out for the Niner stuff. So we got to give more Niner stuff.
People want a winning team, and the San Francisco 49ers have not done that in almost a month now.
I want a deep dive on why Bryce Harper's cards aren't worth more. This is the most confusing thing in the world to me.
There you go.
I don't know.
We got a whole bunch of stuff to get to today.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm going to bring my Kevin Durant that I got this weekend.
Yeah, we got anyway. We got 45 minutes to get to a lot of stuff that we haven't even got. I haven't gotten the Honey Nut Cheerios yet. Anyway, Justin, thanks, man. What?
Thanks, guys.
I got a Honey Nut Cheerios story. Sorry you can't be around for that one, Justin. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. This is Corey Nando and Friends on the Mayo on the Mayo Media Network. It might be a stream on the Mayo Media Network. Corey Nando and Friends, Better Sports Network, brought to you by Mayo Media Network. We'll be right back after this.
Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media. Better Sports Live with Rick Kamla. That's 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific on Better Sports Network.
Andy Reid is the best current coach in the NFL. He's better than Belichick. Belichick has lost his way. He's better than Tomlin. He's better than Harbaugh. He's better than Shanahan. He's better than McCarthy down in Dallas. He's better than all of the gangster NFL coaches right now. Sean McDermott up in Buffalo, he's better than all these guys. Andy Reid is the greatest gangster that we have at head coach in the NFL right now. And I understand that you're saying, well, Belichick is the GOAT, Cam. How can that be true? Now you're bringing up old stuff. Bill Belichick can't draft anymore, okay? Talk to me. Nick Chubb, Sony Michel. Talk to me. DK Metcalf, Debo Samuel versus N'Keal Harry, okay? Talk to me. This dude has lost his way. Remember the year when he should have bottomed out and just tanked, but he couldn't, and he went and got Cam Newton, and they were a mediocre team, right? He's lost his way. And not that he can't coach up a good defense and that kind of thing, but overall, he's lost his way. Andy Reid's an absolute badass. They draft great. He's a great coach. Makes the right decisions, when to go for it, when to kick, when to punt. The guy's the man.
The Playbook with Fensty and Ronis, presented by FantasyAlarm.com.
I hate the stupid unsportsmanlike conduct. As long as you're not disrespectful to the opponent, you should be allowed to celebrate.
How I used to say it, and to bring up, because now basketball's starting to bring up personal.
Oh, dude, it's even worse than basketball, isn't it?
So Dikembe Mutombo, who used to get teed up in the 2000s, in the 90s, they didn't give a crap. 2000s, though, when they tightened up the rules, they used to tee him up more when he did the Dikembe finger wag. But they wouldn't tee him up if he did it to the crowd instead of looking at, like, Eton Thomas, like one time I remember, and doing it right to him, or when his back was turned, doing it right to him. If he did it to the crowd, they would never call it. And so that makes me wonder if these players, while, yeah, they want to talk a little smack, maybe they should flex towards the crowd than at the player who they're standing over.
I guess.
I know it's soft, man.
It is soft.
Because you know what?
Like we're gonna give 15 yards for that,
bro. They think that, you know, want to know why they're paranoid? They think that's gonna turn into a fight.
See, I disagree with that. That's not going to start a fight.
I agree with you. They don't agree with
It's
us.
one thing, okay, if you spit in someone's face or say something derogatory, like about their family or something,
right?
Yeah, that can incite it. But if you're just like, yeah, I made that play, what? You know what I mean? Like, again, they know the rules. You got to know you're going to get flagged. You have to have discipline. But, like, I don't know. I have no problem with celebration as long as it's not disrespectful.
What's disrespectful? You know,
it's interpretation, and that's my problem. Watch, it's going to cost someone in a big playoff game, and that's when people are going to go crazy. There'll be a third down play. Someone makes a pass breakup, and they're in someone's face. They're going to throw a flag. It'll extend the drive. That team scores, wins the playoff game because of it. You need something drastic for it to really leave an imprint, and I hope that doesn't happen to my team.
Better Sports Network is betting, fantasy, collectibles. It's sports talk done better.
Hoskins well off the line at first base. Segura a step up the middle at second. Suarez kicks. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Popped up. Shallow right. Segura going out. Castellanos coming on. Castellanos has it. And the Phillies have the National League Championship. They have beaten the Padres 4-3, and they celebrate on their home turf as the Phillies are the 2022 NL champs.
The 1-2 to Judge.
Ground ball weakly hit. Presley has it. Jock part away the first. Underhand Sayuli inside. Starts running the news. The Houston Astros break out the brooms in the Bronx, and they're headed back to the World Series for the 4th time in 6 years. Your 2022 American League champions, Houston Astros.
However you're invested in sports, from betting to fantasy, collectibles, and more, join our community on Bettor Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Coronado and friends here on Bettor Sports Network. Thank you to the Astros Radio Network and the Phillies Radio Network. I mean, Corey, you hear those names. The Phillies went out and basically made big moves. This is supposed to happen, really. Like, this was like, I know, like in the middle of the season, they started to be bad. They fired Girardi, whatever. It took a little time to get going, but Castellano, like they brought in dudes. This was a team that was supposed to make the World Series, really.
I mean, that was the goal, obviously, when they went out, and even years ago, you're going back to getting the Bryce Harper. You know what you're trying to do here. It took a little while to come together, put the pieces together, and see what they have. Now, obviously, in the National League, we've seen teams been able to make it out, mainly because you don't have to deal with the Houston Astros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And now you got the Dodgers, but the Dodgers tend to find a way to fizzle out. You know what I mean? And it's not
every year
consistent. Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Not every year, but
But for the most part, shout out to Philadelphia, the Phillies. Shout out to their fans. I'll be rooting for the Philadelphia Phillies. I want to see them. I like to see them win the World Series. So there you go, right there. Their first time since 2009, which their opponents was the New York Yankees. So to get back and win this one to be good for Philadelphia.
All right, let's get some stuff that I had written out ahead of time, and I would like your answers on them. Bryce Harper's card. We can talk about Bryce Harper's card value later.
Let's do it.
Did you get your card? Do you get the card? Do you have it?
Oh my goodness, I did everything else but get the damn card.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more after
that. Mike Williams is out?
Oh, but dude, Mike Williams hurt his ankle bad. Yeah, come on. What a surprise. Man. Mike Williams is hurt. Keenan Allen is hurt. Like, come on, man.
Jesus.
Like, get out.
Just when the fantasy teams were starting to come together, right? Josh Jacobs running well, Donta Foreman, who I stashed.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to get Alvin Kamara starting to heat up. I'm like, okay, team's starting to come together. Then bam, Big Mike Will out.
How much would you give for Ken Walker right now? And forget, like, not just your specific situation.
If he was on the waiver wire?
No. Like, trade. You got to trade for
everything.
Right. Like, but what level of a player would you trade for? I mean, I'm trying to think, like, because he's great. He's like a stud.
If I had wide receiver depth, if I was deep at wide receiver, I would go as high as Stephon Diggs.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
What kind of depth would you need to have for that? I assume you'd have to go like your first 3 rounds would have been wide receivers, like Cooper Kupp.
Like if you're wide receiver heavy, like say you have like Diggs, I don't know. Name somebody. Name some people. Diggs.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me look up.
Diggs was on that turn, right? Say you started Diggs Hill. And a couple rounds later, you got like Olave, right? And you got Diggs Hill Olave, right? And then say you have another piece on the bench that could pop like an Amari Cooper. And you don't have Diggs, Debo, Pittman, Diggs, Jefferson, Olave, Hopkins. Say perfect. Diggs, Jeff, Olave, Hopkins. I would trade Diggs for Kenneth Walker.
Let me pull up 2022 year to date on CBS and give you the rankings right now. Tell me when to stop. So Diggs is number 1 in terms of points on CBS standard PPR scoring. Maybe it's half PPR, whatever. Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Slower.
Well, I mean, you're starting at the top already. You'd give up Diggs. You give up the number 1 wide receiver for Kenneth Walker, assuming you had the depth.
Assuming you have the depth, exactly.
Let's say you don't have a ton of depth.
Say you don't have a ton of depth. Okay.
You got Diggs, Cooper Kupp. Probably not, right? Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase.
So now if you want to go even value, I would come down. Okay, keep coming down because now you're talking big-time players.
But then there's like a drop-off. Like once you hit Jalen Waddle, you're down to like Christian Kirk.
Bingo.
Yeah.
But see, that's not – so right now, if you go to the Ken Walker owner and you're like, I give you Christian Kirk.
So get out of here, dude.
On Doug Peterson team catching passes from Sunshine,
Yeah.
Hell no. I'm going with Ken Walker. You want Ken Walker? I need Jamar Chase. I need Justin Jefferson.
How about
I
A.J.
need
Brown?
Cooper Kupp. A.J. Brown, I don't know if I would do it for A.J. Brown because it depends. Listen, all this is hypotheticals and a team-by-team basis.
Right.
But with A.J. Brown, it's like that Eagle thing, that's the second quarter, and then that's sit on and run the football.
I'm just trying to establish, like, Ken Walker is now a coveted piece of fantasy treasure.
He is, because he has the skill set and the offense and the O-line. That thing is humming in Seattle right now. I gotta actually have Ken Walker on a couple best ball teams, and those teams are soaring because of Ken Walker right now. You want Kenneth Walker, you got to come off with a top wide receiver. And if you want to trade running back for running back, that don't make no sense. But I'm gonna need like a JT. I'm gonna need Derrick Henry. I'm gonna need Austin Eckler.
How about so Billy Hayes would trade Debo for Walker? Same idea.
I would trade Debo for Walker.
How about, all right, let's say you have, I'm thinking Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews. If you also had Dallas Goedert, Pat Freiermuth, oh man, I don't know, George Kittle.
Didn't Adams have Andrews had a donut yesterday, right?
Yeah, I don't think
it was a donut and tried to glaze me. You don't want that if you trade him. But I'm not trading. If I'm trading a tight end, if I'm trading Ken Walker and I'm bringing back a tight end, Travis Kelce.
That's it.
I don't want none of them other stiffs.
Superflex league.
Because even a guy like Andrews, he's in an offense where you don't know what Baltimore offense is.
Right. How about a Superflex Josh Allen?
Nah, Josh Allen is the best player in the league.
All right.
I'm not going to trade Josh Allen.
How about Superflex Pat Mahomes?
I wouldn't trade Pat Mahomes. He's the second best player in the league.
All right. How about Superflex? I assume Jalen Hurts. You'd also say no.
I would probably say no to Jalen Hurts as well.
After that, I think it's dudes like Joe Burrow. It seems like I would definitely trade away my Joe Burrow to get Kenny Walker.
I like the way Joe Burrow playing right now.
Really?
It's like the Bengals have learned they can't stop this. They can't stop it.
Yeah. He's got too many options.
They can't stop it. They can't, as long as they decide, you know what, we're not even going to fool running the football. Let's just line them up, put a hat on the hat and the O-line, and let Joe Burrow sit back there and wing it. They can't be stopped.
How about Tom Brady? Oh, how about how about Lamar Jackson? Like slumping Lamar Jackson for Ken Walker in a Superflex league.
I would need to have running back depth.
All
right? And I would think, and my thing would be, okay, Lamar. I would want to talk to Greg Roman first.
Slide into his DMs.
Greg, I'm trying to meet me at BWI. Meet me at BWI, and I want to talk to you for a couple minutes before I make this trade.
All right. I think that's a good exploration of Ken Walker trades. Mecole Hardman. So everyone's like, "Oh, Mecole Hardman, is this for real? 3 games in a row?" Wasn't this supposed to be like the reason why they got rid of Tyreek Hill? Because Mecole Hardman was supposed to be the new Tyreek Hill.
I mean,
right?
he hasn't. Really, I don't want to compare him to Tyreek Hill yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's taken a little while. Now we're starting to see it flourish. Right? You see, he has a role in the offense. They look for him deep. I like what Kansas City's been doing for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't want to go crazy trying to get Hartman on my team. If I have him, I'm comfortable and I'm starting him every week.
Let's not worry about trades with Mecole Hardman. That's not going to happen. Daniel Jones keeps getting points. Are we starting him over Kyler Murray? 100 rushing yards.
Wow. I'm about to say because Kyler Murray, but Daniel Jones can run too now.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't run like Kyler Murray. I probably wouldn't. I mean, but if you got Daniel, is Daniel Jones is he started right now? Is he a starter in a 12-team league, Daniel Jones?
I don't know. That's kind of what I'm asking. But like, are you saying is he one of the top 12? We got Mahomes.
Right
Allen,
now,
Burrow,
Daniel
Jackson.
Jones is QB9.
Yeah, he is.
Kyler Murray is QB6 though.
I don't know.
See, I'd rather have Kyler Murray, which I think might have been the first time I've ever said that in my life.
I think I'd rather have Dan. I mean, Dan, you're talking about a guy who ran an offense, turned Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen was whatever he was, but I mean, like, he knows how to work a running QB in an offense who people say has interception issues, accuracy issues, I guess.
Yeah, but by the same token, he's being managed well right now.
Right, but I mean, he's running 100. He's got 100 yards rushing. He's got that upside. I don't know, man. That capability. Although DeAndre Hopkins is back for Kyler Murray. Now, he lost Marquise Brown. He's got man. There's a lot of back and forth here.
He's got D Hop back, and he played well with D Hop. But overall, and listen, just remind you, this is a neophyte. You know what I'm saying? This is a little guy. So that little guy, that injury is coming. Daniel Jones is a bigger fella. He can handle that. He can handle the grind of a season.
That's a good
Murray,
point.
with Murray, that injury is coming. But I still would. Give me. I'm not. Don't listen. Daniel Jones is playing well. He's being schemed well. It's going well. Let's not get carried away. He's still gonna be the first one out the door next year.
Our guy E wants to know Gus Edwards good asset or no.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, the Baltimore Ravens running back it's a headache for the most part. But when they find a guy, they stick with him. They seem to like Gus. They keep playing him, bringing him back, working through injuries with him. They're going to run the football a lot. Man, Baltimore need a new offensive coordinator. My goodness.
It's Greg Roman, man. That's what he does.
He's too talented to be in this predictable offense. They can't score. Should have blew the Browns out yesterday. They couldn't get it done. Yeah. Now next week, you know who they got next week? Tampa. If Baltimore might lose to Tampa next week,
there'll be something.
100%.
14-13.
I can see Baltimore losing to Tampa next week.
Yeah. Look, I mean, maybe the problem is that Rashad Bateman isn't the answer, and maybe you could. I mean, it's not like they were so much better with Hollywood Brown.
They can't develop wide receivers.
It's really weird, right?
And Lamar is like
Tom Brady. Deshaun Jackson, that's your answer. Is Deshaun Jackson?
He's going to play a week and have a hamstring injury, and you won't see him until he fools somebody next year to get on a 10-day contract. Listen,
that's the team OL should go to.
Who? Baltimore?
Yeah.
No, it's the same thing as Tom Brady. He likes to throw the football to the middle of the field. That's why he's latched on to Andrews, and that's why when Dobbins is healthy, Dobbins gets that check down game going. He plays like Tom Brady. He likes the middle of the field.
How about Wan'Dale Robinson, huh?
How about him?
Hey, Billy Hayes has a couple more hypotheticals for you. McCall Hardman or Tyquan Thornton? I got to go Hardman there, right?
Yeah.
Geno Smith or Daniel Jones? That's
Geno.
Superflex I could get behind if I had Josh Allen.
Now, E. It's Monday. It's Monday, bro. We haven't finished this week yet. Can we at least get to Wednesday before we start sit for the next week, E?
And I
haven't finished. This week ain't done yet, E. My mind can't work to Thursday already. It's a full slate of NBA tonight. World Series about to start. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready for Thursday night football yet, E.
We still got a few days for the World Series. You're right. Come back, E. We'll answer that question on Wednesday.
I got that question later on this week. This is still Monday. We're still trying to make decisions for the night.
We can talk about Monday night. Pats are minus 7.5. But here's something interesting. Patriots stopped.
Big night for Ramondre.
You think?
I would go Ramondre in Jock Market, and I would probably take a shot at one of them wide receivers too. You know, I had a fantasy team this week put up 170-something points and go and lose.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I hate when that happens.
Will you get like the points tiebreaker? I mean, as long as I'm accruing points, I'm good with it because most.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as I'm accruing, but I want that record to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Njoku was out, who to pick up? No, please don't put that Justin Fields card up there.
They allowed 100 rushing yards to Lamar Jackson. Pats are good. Pats know how to lock people down, but they allow rushing yards to running quarterbacks, or at least a running quarterback this year. The only one they
that's the only thing. That's the only option he's gonna have tonight is the run because it's gonna be tough for him. If Njoku is out, who to pick up in the 12 team? Don't know who's on the waiver wire. But man, Njoku was the late round tight end.
He was perfect. He was the perfect guy there.
Oh man, that's terrible that happened to Njoku because he was the one that was starting to get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who's on your waiver wire. I don't know. Hayden Hurst, maybe Jawan Johnson.
Yeah, Jawan Johnson could be he's something.
That's The tight ends is a wasteland this year.
Gesicki might still be around. Everything. I mean, who knows?
I want to
Everything
see
might still be around.
Gesicki and I don't know if Gesicki might be getting might have got those numbers because of Tua doesn't seem like he throw to him.
How about making a deal for Kyle Pitts?
For what? How about making a deal for Irv Smith Jr.? You might as well put him on your team before Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is tight.
No one's releasing Kyle Pitts.
I would rather have Mo Alley Cox than Kyle Pitts. I'd rather have Mo Cox than Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, man.
Give me Noah Fant over Kyle Pitts.
Listen to this game log.
3 for 3.
7-2-19, 3-2-19, 8-5-87. This is why it's frustrating, because that 8-5-87 against Seattle. 4-1-25. These are targets, receptions, yards, obviously. 3-3-19, 5-3-9. The dude has had exactly 19 yards 3 times. How's that possible? 1 touchdown on the season.
Listen, he play on a team that want to run the football and manage the clock. They don't want to get behind the sticks. They'll lose before they let Marcus Mariota open it up. It ain't going to happen. You know what Kyle Pitts needs to do? He needs to ask for a trade.
Take your shirt off.
Now, you
run
put
down the
Kyle
field.
Pitts on Tampa, now you cooking.
Yeah,
you put Kyle Pitts on Baltimore, now you cooking. But Kyle Pitts in Atlanta, and the way this offense is schemed right now, he is a donut.
It's like, I didn't realize, I guess just in the back of my mind, I should have. How do you get exactly 19 yards 3 times?
That's crazy.
In 6 games.
That's crazy. Kyle Pitts got 30 targets this year.
On the season.
He got 30 targets on the season.
DeAndre Hopkins got that in his
Zach
first game
Ertz
back.
got 37 catches. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous that they're wasting this talented player.
Yeah.
Or is he not a talented player? And then you get Arthur Smith at the podium. What about Kyle Smith? Oh, that's not about fantasy football. We trying to win.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're winning.
Tyler. I'm sorry, Tyler Algier.
Yeah. What if the Broncos hired Brian Daboll as their head coach?
They would be a better football team.
Would they be much better?
They would. Well, the first thing, this is the biggest difference. Daboll would run the offense that Russell Wilson wants to run, as opposed to making Russell Wilson run the offense that he wants to run.
All right.
And that's a big deal. Yes. And that's a big deal in today's NFL. You got to scheme. You got to scheme for your players.
Right.
You got to let your ego go and scheme for your players.
Right. What if the Broncos had successfully traded for Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett is still the coach in this situation?
Then we would be looking at Aaron Rodgers the same way we're looking at Aaron Rodgers right now.
You mean same way as Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson?
Yeah, this Hackett guy is a problem.
Here's a bold prediction from the back end chat. Hackett's fired after they lose the London game this week.
Do they leave him out there?
You don't think they're going to do it? I really think like
they're not going to. They're not. They don't want to look like they don't know what they're doing. If
yeah,
you
but
fire a head coach, you just got here. The Walmart people just got this. They just bought this team. They just bought this. They think it's a store. They just bought this franchise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the brand.
Exactly. It's embarrassing to say we were wrong that quickly. It's not even November 1st yet.
No, I mean it's embarrassing to the brand what he's doing. He is not a hot item right now. He's a doll that's not selling, man. He's a microwave. He's a microwave that nobody's buying. And what do you do?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you get it off the shelves as quickly as possible. Like
great
75% off. Send them all back. Like that's, I mean, and you know, whether it's his fault or not, he might be unfairly maligned here, and I don't know how or whatever, but like
they had to hire an 80-year-old man to sit upstairs and coach the game for him so he can call the plays, and the plays don't work. I can see if your only job was to call the plays and you was calling a hell of a game.
Yeah.
You're calling a game for a team that scored 11 points every week.
I don't even know. You can't, like we said, you can't elevate anyone from this coaching staff. You're right. It's like John Elway's like, I'll step in. I'll do it. You know?
It's going to get to that point. At some point, he might as well quarterback.
I mean, this is like, there's some bad teams. Like I think Carolina will be kind of fun. Like Steve Wilkes will do a good job as the coach there. Like I'm trying to think of some other bad teams that are like at least kind of fun and they give you a reason for some hope. Like the Broncos do not do that. Like it's not like Russell Wilson's throwing for 300 yards and they're just losing, because of what, a 31-24 or something like that. It's just like a boring bad
And the
team.
kid yesterday came in there and did better than Wilson, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Go out there, sit up in that cold stadium, and all that altitude, freezing weather, and come to root on that trash. I feel bad for the Denver Bronco fans.
Do you? They had some good years.
Wouldn't be me. Yeah, they did have some good years, but
they had some seasons.
Hey, imagine you taking your family of 4 or 5 or whatever, however big your family is, and you say, "Let's pack up the van. We going to go see the Denver Broncos and the Walmart guy."
Right.
And then you get out there, and it's November, and you get out there in that altitude, right? So now the kids already complaining, "Daddy, my head hurt. Daddy, I don't feel good. Daddy, I don't want to be here." You know what I'm saying, Daddy? The Walmart man is up there. How come he's look comfortable? My head is hurting. It's cold, Daddy. Can I get a glizzy? And the glizzy costs, great value glizzy costs $17 because you got to pay $20 to $45 million for the quarterback who stinks. That's a bad fan experience right now.
Yeah. All right. Let me do this. Let's take a quick break.
Lost 5-game losing streak right now. Then they got the Jaguars next and the Titans. They might not win another game this year. Look at this team stinks.
Well, dude,
the Broncos suck, bro.
The Broncos have outscored one team all season. It's the Bears. And you put the Broncos against the Bears. The Bears 2-4. Well, I'm just saying, I'd rather watch the Bears. Who would you rather watch? Broncos or the Bears?
At least the Bears, we can laugh at the quarterback.
Still a little more electric. Like Justin Fields
at least
can run.
The quarterback could break off a big play. And they got Khalil Herbert. 9.
How about the
16.
Lions?
They have, listen to this now. This is ridiculous. They have scored 9 points 3 times this season. 9 points 3 times this season. And you think I'm going to sit up in that cold stadium with that terrible altitude, eating them $17 hot dogs so you can play Russell Wilson $250 billion? This is ridiculous. Nando, we got to take a break.
Yeah,
I got mad at the Broncos.
Oh, we'll talk more Broncos on the way back because I'd like. No, we don't have to. Go get the card. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Wrap it up after this.
You collect sports memorabilia, fantasy championships, or winning bet slips? Talk about it on Bettor Sports Network. It's Moose and Keith with Mark Malusis and Keith Irizarry.
Moose and Keith with you. Let's welcome aboard right now Iron Eagle. One of the great stories that I have from doing notes on a plane, and you always get people looking over. They see color-coded uniform numbers, names, height, weight, age, background, hometown. And I had a woman sitting next to me on a flight, and I'm doing my notes, and she's kind of giving a look, then looking, and I can tell she's looking. And then finally, she'll say, so what is it that you do? Well, what do you think I do? She said, are you a wedding planner? I said, yes. I said, I have to put Rob Gronkowski at Tom Brady's table. I said, you know what? You're not correct, but it's the best answer I've ever heard.
That's great. Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media.
As far as fantasy executive, a football life. The fantasy executive is probably going to be the best football life ever.
Who will be the guest? Everyone who was on yesterday, basically.
Yeah, everybody that's on yesterday will be the guest. Scott Ingram, you know what I'm saying? Adam Rodas. Yeah, everybody knows people. Because what Nando, obviously you'll be there. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to the GST and shoot some scenes. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be nice.
We'll shoot some scenes in Midtown Manhattan. Antonio Brown can be on my football life,
That'd
right?
be nice.
Because that's a big part of my comeuppance as a fantasy analyst. Everybody, the football life, the fantasy executive is going to be for the people. When they do the football life on the fantasy executive, I'm going to be hands on.
Good. Yeah. You talking to you.
Lunch Money with Kyle and Ray, presented by FantasyGuru.com.
Cheetos or Doritos?
I truly love both. Cool Ranch Doritos. I grew up on Cheetos. I was a big Chester Cheetah guy.
Oh, nice.
But Ray, as I have aged into adulthood, I've moved away from the fun that is the Cheeto, and I've gone to the, more cosmopolitan Cool Ranch Dorito chip. So I'm probably a Cool Ranch guy. How about you?
I would go Doritos. I don't like Cool Ranch. The traditional, original, regular, whatever it is really good. But my favorite's actually the sweet chili, the purple bag. Oh, it's delicious. It's fantastic.
Yeah. The one that sucks, and I think we can all agree on this one, taco.
Yeah.
I know a lot of things, and I'm perfect at a lot of things. My Dorito trivia is a little shaky.
Okay.
A little shaky. But I think taco is the first flavor.
Join the show with one touch of a button. It's Sports Talk 3.0 on Bettor Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Coronado Friends, presented by Mayo Media Network, here on Bettor Sports Network. Love those interstitials.
I actually disagree with that.
Oh, really?
I love it. That's great. I laughed out loud the first time I heard that.
How about the 18th time you heard it?
It's not as funny.
Yeah. Well, you get up and go. I sit here and I do some research in the breaks.
Oh man!
All right, let's see it. Let's see it. My house.
Kevin,
is this a Panini? One of these downtown type Kaboom types?
Kevin, it's not as big as a Kaboom or a downtown. Kevin Durant, My House, hollow prism. I don't have you can't really see the rainbow glistening through it right here from this angle.
Yeah.
But this is beautiful, beautiful. You kind of see a little bit right there. But yeah, and I don't have no good Kevin Durant stuff either. So I was happy to get that this past week. Another retail pickup. But tomorrow I got some good stuff coming, some good hobby stuff from 2018, from 2019.
Nice.
Still looking for some Zion and Ja Morant and some 2020. Trying to hit a red, white, and blue Joe Burrow.
Oh, all right. Yeah. We like those red, white. When we were doing the Star Stock contest,
That's my favorite. That's my favorite parallel is the prism red, white, and blue.
That one, the year Saquon's rookie year, the one with the candy stripes. That was nice. Yeah. That was really nice. I like that one better than the fade, although it still looks nice.
I like both of them. The red, white, and blue because I'm a Patriot, Nando. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. Yeah, of course.
Now like the election day is like next week or the week after, right? And we can talk odds, but I don't want to get like political because I don't do politics. I'm not into politics. I'm into people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think we could, if there's a way we could talk about the odds without like being political, I think that'd be cool. But I don't want, to offend nobody.
I don't know how many odds we're going to, I guess like what are the bets? It has to be, I know like Mayo in Canada is able, like you could have bet on the presidential election because I was PayPaling him money during the last two to put bets in for me. But like I don't know what you can do in the midterms. Like will the Republicans win the Senate kind of stuff?
Like, yeah, stuff like that. But see, I'm offshore, so I can bet on that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What's available? What can you do?
They got the whole board, the whole thing.
Really?
You know what
I'm saying?
Man,
like who's gonna win the New York Senate seat?
Yeah, like all of that. You can do that. Yeah, you can wager on that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think it'll be cool to talk about, but I don't want to get into like the policies and stuff like that because I'm not there with that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'd start reading to 538. Well, we won't get in trouble for that. We're talking objectively about it. We're not saying we're betting on something.
Yeah, but I like to make fun of people. I don't want to make fun of the wrong person. You know what I'm saying?
Like Michael Jordan said, Republicans buy shoes too. When they asked why he wasn't
exactly. And everybody buys shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I look at it. Like I'm not into politics. I'm into people. I heard somebody say that and I stole it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, yeah. Like the guy who wants to bring gambling to South Carolina. I don't know.
Like Joe Cunningham.
I assume he's a Democrat.
I don't know anything about Joe Cunningham. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know that's the kind of life I like to live. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
So I don't know the rest of his platform, but I know he wants us to be able to bet. I'm tired of betting offshore. That's how I look at these things. You
Right.
know what I'm
Watch the
saying?
rest of it, and women shouldn't vote. That's his third.
Yeah, if that, then I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
I just wanted to bet.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe you should read a Joe Cunningham pamphlet first.
I know,
before
right?
we vote.
You know what I'm saying? You Joe Cunningham win, women have on headscarves. Be like, what? I didn't know. I'm going to the sports book. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. So we got to reach. I guess we got to reach out to Joe Cunningham people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to get his. Well, I think we have to get his opponent on the air as well.
Well,
or offer to have him on.
I think we got to offer to have his opponent too, right?
Yeah,
right.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a company unspoken rule. I don't think
mean,
it's
it
anywhere.
should be. I want to give, I want to give the Mr. McMaster or Governor McMaster a shot too. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask him, why are you against sports betting in South Carolina?
That's a good one. Well, I'm sure he'll give you the.
Let me tell you one thing, son. Because
First
I think it's the devil, son. It's wicked. It's wicked, I tell you. Gamecock's playing good on a 4-game winning streak. Just beat Texas A&M for the first time in there ever. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool.
Our guy is out of Heisman watch, right? That's it for whatever.
Yes, Stetson Bennett dropped off big. It's
Yeah.
the kid Hendon Hooker now is up there. Caleb Williams. And then C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, that got from Tennessee. Looks like it could be there. Game day is going to be in Jackson this week for Jackson State and Southern. So Dion getting it done down there. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. What else is going on in college football? That's about it, really. I think we have our first college football playoff ranking coming out soon. So things start to get serious after that. So it was a solid weekend. I hit a couple bets. I hit the LSU bet. That was a good bet. I hit that. I did the parlay lost, and then I think I might have won. Oh no, I had Minnesota too. I had Minnesota getting 5.5 at Penn State. Penn State destroyed them. You can't bet against Penn State when the kids wear all white at nighttime.
Yeah,
you can't bet. That was a mistake trying to bet against Penn State that night.
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you about. LSU got fined for storming the field again for like the 5th time. What do you think about that? They're fining LSU for their students.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, listen, do a better job of stopping the kids from coming on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
That's it. You got to. Listen, you can't storm the field because you beat Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? I can see if you beat Alabama, you storm. Like when Tennessee beat Alabama and they stormed the field, fine.
Yeah.
You got to stay storming the field for more significant victories. So, yeah, I'm not with all of that storming the field just to storm the field.
But, I mean, it's fun. You're in college. How often do you get to storm the field? People just went through not even having classes for like 2 years. Well, for a year.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that too. You know what I'm saying?
Let them storm the field. Stop fining them $100,000.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of an overreach right there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know what Brian Kelly should do? Pay the fine himself.
He got the money. He got
right,
and then he would endure himself to the student body. At least he'd do that.
I mean, if you're like Brian Kelly, I don't know about this guy yet. Would you be like, if he grabs the mic, hey y'all, stop storming the field?
Y'all,
yeah. Or would he be like, listen, we win again, come on down here. I'll pay the $200,000 next time out of my own pocket.
Yeah, maybe so. That could be a good way to endure himself to the student body.
They'll make T-shirts.
Yes, let's storm the field. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Baton Rouge, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Our field is your field. You know, LSU.
Down here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yeah, I like that.
Right? Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Mr. Down here in the bayou.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. Remember that time when Bobby Boucher? Mama said, it must be something wrong with your medulla oblongata. Great movie. Waterboy is a classic. Oh, speaking of Adam Sandler, you see you got a movie coming out about
the cards, right?
About the cards, yeah.
80 people sent me that link over the weekend.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I knew not to send it to you because I figured you saw it already.
Yeah.
But people did send it to me too. The same, I've never seen Uncut Gems.
Dude,
I couldn't get into it.
So we started, right? It has so many errors. Like you'll pick up as a bettor. There are so many errors in this movie.
Yeah, you see it.
I guess you just got to cut that part of your brain off and be like, all right, I guess you could take a fictional Uber helicopter to the betting parlor in Connecticut. The sports betting room in Connecticut. Like, there's just stuff. And then, like, the parlays that he made, you can't do these parlays.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you
Like
see,
it's
hell yeah.
you're gonna watch. You're like, no, that's wrong. Wait, that's wrong. That's wrong. How did they make this movie? You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I wouldn't want to see. Well, then I still want to see it, but now I'm in like season mode. Speaking of which, okay, so Jalen agrees with you. There's a lot of flaws in it. I want to see tonight's NBA slate right quick before we get up out of here, Nando.
Yeah, let's do it. We owe people some NBA. Well, you do that. Let me give you my Honey Nut Cheerios story real quick.
Yes, tell me.
I'm at the grocery store and I got to buy Cinnamon Toast Crunch because that's what they eat here. And there's a thing, you know, like buy 2 get 2 free. I didn't know about it. So it's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, Cheerios, whatever. So I get 2 Cinnamon Toast Crunches and there's a Cheerios. I'm like, let's check my 4th one. And I noticed on the Honey Nut Cheerios there's a free toy inside. And it's like all the retro 90s commercial figures. So no one eats Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm going to eat a box of Honey Nut Cheerios next month. Just give me that toy. So, and then I'm taking the Cinnamon Toast Crunches off the shelf. And I noticed the ones behind it have the retro toy as well. And so I actually, and I checked the dates and like those are the newer ones they were hiding behind. So I grabbed 2 of those. So now we got 3 toys. We'll have 3 toys in this home.
I still got my adult Happy Meal toys, which they're actually going crazy on eBay right now. You know,
are they really?
Yeah. Well,
how did we miss?
Listen, people. There's some of them that's listed for $300,000.
Yeah,
now, listed for that doesn't mean I'm just going to go for that. But yeah, you can like Fry Guy. You can get $25 for Fry Guy right now.
Oh, that's not really going wild. I thought like $300 for Fry
No, I think it will soon though. I'm gonna hold on. I got Fry Guy and Hamburglar, so I'm gonna hold on to them.
Hold on. I gotta do your NBA. I'm gonna look up 130 point and then supplement you with your
130 point. We'll keep track of stuff like that too.
Yeah, you can look at it's anything on eBay. I could look up sofas.
Pacers and 76ers. 76ers laying 12 tonight. The 76ers 0-3 to start the season. They're not looking good. I tell you what, you can't trust Doc Rivers, bro. Everybody talking about how great a coach Doc Rivers is.
Yeah.
He may not be that great. I would not lay points with Philadelphia tonight. Orlando, New York. I would take Orlando on the spread, and I would sprinkle the money line. Toronto, Miami. Both teams off to a slow start, but I think Toronto is playing better. I'd take the 3.5 with Toronto. San Antonio and Minnesota. Minnesota hasn't got off to the slow people's thought yet. That money line is minus 360. I would parlay that with something. I think you might see San Antonio cover. Brooklyn and Memphis is now down to a pick 'em. I would take the Grizzlies in this one. I like the Grizzlies in this.
You love Ja Morant though. You're a big time Ja Morant guy.
I'm a Ja guy. I tell you what. Ja Morant's favorite player is Kyrie Irving. So he's going to play good tonight because Kyrie Irving is going to be in the building. But also look for Kevin Durant to play good tonight as well. Boston and Chicago, the Celtics are a wagon. You can't get in front of them right now. If you want to fade the public, I can see you hopping on the Bulls, but I just can't get in front of the Celtics right now. Utah and Houston. Utah actually is playing good. They're 2-point favorites tonight. I would take the Jazz. Denver and Portland, I like the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers so far this season, I believe they're undefeated. Got the big win over the Lakers last night. Now it is on back-to-back nights, but Damian Lillard is playing good. And then you got the kid Anthony Simons playing well. My best bets tonight would be Trailblazers getting the 4.5, and I like the Grizzlies at the pick 'em.
All right, I'm looking at some of these what they've sold for. It's about $30. I mean, hey, if you think they're going to go up, maybe we should buy them for $30, huh?
Yeah, maybe so. You know
15?
what I mean?
Grimace is only $15.50 unopened. All right, we got to go. Thanks again to Justin Henry and friends with a capital F. That's our guy now, man.
No doubt.
Loving it. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to talk a little jock market tomorrow. We got a lot going on.
Good luck tonight. Good luck Monday Night Football as well.